Hey guys, Brian here again. I got another one to review. I will be bringing this out here shortly. Just didn't want to overly shock anybody, but may find it hard to believe, but back in junior high school, I was a metalhead, pretty much. That was what I loved to listen to. That's why I loved to try to play. I never got very good at it, but that was my thing for several years. Every guitar I've ever had, with the exception of Gibson Flying V, but that doesn't count really. But most every other guitar I've had, has been more of your traditional electric type. I've never had one of those pointy guitars until now. Now I've got one to review. It's kind of on the severe side, but I'm going to go through and discuss it. So here we go. Check that out. It's like about the pointiest thing I've ever seen, including the headstock. Could really do some damage with something like this to somebody as a weapon. But anyway, this is a BC Rich Avenge, also called the Son of the Beast. So for my religious friends and family out there, please just try to ignore that name, okay? But this was designed for metal players, essentially, and I don't know, just kind of a neat. It's all black, and it's got that red stripe around the body. And the really cool thing is, if you see the inlays, they're all bats. Kind of a severe looking guitar. But the thing about it is, this is the epitome in simplicity. You've got one humbucker pickup, one volume knob, and that's it. So any tonal variations you're going to get out of this, you're going to have to get it through your amp, because there's just no controls on here for it. Now, what's cool about this, well, a few things. Years ago, and this is a BC Rich, I don't know if I said that or not, that's the company. Years ago, guitars of this caliber, or of this price range, I guess, would have been made out of plywood. And I've done my reviews on plywood guitars. I have a couple. Some of them aren't bad, but some of them are pretty lousy. This is actually, if a wood and electric guitar matters to anybody, this is actually a solid piece. It's made out of NATO. The body is. It's made out of NATO, which is also called Eastern mahogany, so it's similar to mahogany wood. That neck it's a maple neck, bolt-on neck, rosewood fretboard, and that's what it's made out of. And then you've got your Gibson-style tune-o-matic bridge back here, and where the strings come through, you've got a neck-through-body system there. And that's how it's strung up. Now, you may ask, why did you buy this? I don't know. It was kind of an impulse. I saw it there in the store, and I thought, I just kind of walked by, and I saw the price tag on it. This was a used trade-in, I guess, on something else. These normally sell for $300. This was just under $100. It's hardly been played. There's not hardly a mark on it. I mean, it's almost a brand new guitar. That's a plus. Plus, I did my quick research, found out, the body wood, that's a solid piece, not plywood. Let's see. Other thing about this, well, like I said, I got it. Really, I'm doing two guitar builds right now. There's a old Arbor Stratocaster Strat copy that I'm trying to rebuild, and then also trying to build my own custom guitar, including the neck and the body. I'm working on that. It's a slow process, but anyway, I'm doing what I can, everything else, if I can come up with good parts for what I'm doing at a cheap price, and sure enough this would qualify, you know, the hardware on here is probably worth at least a couple $100. You know, and why spend a couple $100 on individual pieces if you can just buy something like this and scavenge it. So that was my intent. Now, after getting it, cleaning it up a little bit, putting new strings on it, which I've not clipped the ends off of yet, just got them on. Playing a little bit. I might just hold off on that for a little while. I can't see myself ever playing this professionally, hardly anywhere. However, Halloween is coming up. This would be excellent for Halloween. Definitely. If I can get my band together to play somewhere for Halloween, this would be cool for that. And afterwards, heck, you know, this would be a great wall hanger. So it would definitely look good on anybody's wall. But, meantime, this is not a bad sounding guitar. Of course, this was made for metal. But you know what I always thought would be funny if you had one of these, if you were a country player? You know, show up to some honky-tonk or something, you know, with your cowboy hat on, and plug one of these up and just start doing some chicken picking. Visual and the sound don't quite go together, do they? But it does handle it admirably, so you know, this might be fun to play on a recording at least. You know, if you're Brad Paisley, you know, everybody knows he plays this in the studio instead of his Telecaster. But anyway, no, that's you know, you can basically get any kind of sound you want if you got the right amp, and I've got one of those amps. So anyway, what does it sound like on the distorted side? Like you'd expect. Let me see if I can play something a little bit more metal than I usually do.